I think that they bring a sense of urgency and fresh pattern recognition because I feel like with a lot of the current issues that are going on, the youth have been bringing a fresh perspective, and we start to ask these, I guess, obvious questions that others stop asking, like why key safety information is hidden. And we're quick to start building these organizations that we can prototype and build coalitions. So I know a lot of people who aren't directly in the area of patient safety, but are working on their own things. And they're like, hey, well, why is this happening? This isn't right. So I think that it's not automatic, but rigor and partnerships earn that.
Exactly. And just like you said, the youth are, even though they're not in the area, but they're still taking a stand no matter where they are and still making a change, which is very important. And just like, especially our generation, we love to just do stuff and just make it happen. So that's very important, especially. But can you share an example of a project where technology and youth leadership created a real world impact?
I think the first example is the advocacy work that led me to build Epieme. So, as I said, I used public data and a petition platform, and at the time, campus media to raise patient safety concerns. And as I said, that eventually triggered a defamation threat against my mom, but FIRE ended up, which is a First Amendment rights organization, intervened, and the hospital ended up backing down. And I think it really showed how youth-led, tech-enabled advocacy can lead to and drive real accountability.
That's amazing. And I do want to touch on the challenges as well, because I know you faced challenges creating NPM, and especially what you and your mom went through. Can you explain that a little more and just how you overcame them?
Yeah, so I think that there was like a lot of silence involved, and a lot of people didn't want to touch on the issue. Um, but I think the main thing is transparency, and that people need to learn to bring these issues to life, even if you may face silence. And I think that's the main thing that people need to know.
Exactly. And like you said, silence is always a challenge with a lot of like youth advocacy, but our voices are usually shunned and meant to be quiet. Like they don't expect us to talk. So it's nice that you spoke up. But yes, but this, thank you so much for speaking about these issues and just for taking a stand, really, and just helping many people in the world who are struggling with this. And I do want to take a quick break and tell my viewers out there, please go check out FPM. I will link it below on YouTube so you guys can go check it out and support. And please go check out Samson on his LinkedIn. Or do you have any other socials that you want us to go check out?
I think the main one is just pm.com and my LinkedIn for now, but I am in the process of making an Instagram account, and that will be on the website soon.
Got it. Thank you so much. And I'll add that in there. And please go check him out. And let's get back into the episode. So I do want to know, how can young people get involved in advocacy work that affects real change?
I think that they have to start with a small range of what they need. So they have to choose one issue and identify the issue that's in that area and do a bit of homework. So I guess look at the primary sources of what's going on in that area, start to show up, find meeting agendas and official pages, uh, and start to ask, as I said, these real questions that are going on. Um, Talk to people who are in that area, see who's actually being affected, and then make your request is clear. So show up to these meetings, these hearings, and even if it's just one change to policy or one more request, that's still a big deal. And it's this domino effect that starts to lead to real change. And I think that people need to realize that you can't just change the whole system at once. It's these small things that start to really change the system over time.
Exactly. And educating yourself on the topic, of course, is the first thing that you need to do because you don't want to just spread the wrong information. So I love that you touched on that. And as well as like in just in general, your voice matters and you can create a domino effect and help someone, of course, figure out their voice. So I feel like advocacy is just amazing how we can inspire other people just by talking and just talking about what we want to spread or the mission that we want to create or something.
Okay,
So
great.
I want to know, how do you balance your work in healthcare advocacy and technology-driven projects?
Um, I think that I consider it as a portfolio with three different lanes that help each other. I think that my job or what I'm doing in healthcare keeps me honest about real people who are actually affected and real limits. I think that my advocacy definitely keeps me grounded in accountability and the current incentives. And then I take these ideas and then I turn it into tools through my tech work. So In practice, when I'm actually making the website for Epieme, I try to block out a good amount of time and I try to ship what I'm actually working on or a different feature in small steps. So I think one clear memory I have of this is working on like a very early version of Epieme. And this was right after finals break before I went back home and I was still at school. I pushed a feature. I think it was the discussion session, but this was at 2 in the morning. And I woke up and I realized that if you don't make these things for the commenting easier for users, that they quickly just lose interest and they won't use the feature at all, even if the reason for collaboration is important. And that's why I think that I'm so focused on making it clear what the next action for these users is.
Exactly. You're a student, and so like workload, of course, is a lot. So you always have to make sure that you're take given the space to breathe and also do your stuff because you love what you do, and that's also important. So I love that you make it clear what you're doing next, your actions, you're organizing everything and laying it out just how it is. And so it's important that you take the time for yourself and also continue what you love to do. And I do want to go into the last question. And looking forward, what do you hope to achieve through your combined focus on patient safety, technology, and youth leadership?
I think I want what I'm working on right now, a PM, to actually become a dependable public service that people will go on to when they actually want to have an impact in patient safety uh, without needing special access on anything and requiring, oh, I need to have this certain position, and they want to see what's going on in their state quickly, and they can just see, oh, for example, I live in Nebraska and I want to see if there's any current legislation on patient advocacy, and boom, someone's doing this, or someone has a petition for hospital accountability. I can just see and I can share this petition with my friends, family, and actually start to make an impact.
That's amazing. And I can already see it as it's growing day by day. And just it's amazing what you're doing, Samson. So just keep you doing what you're doing is honestly amazing. And just thank you for being here. And I do want to get into the last question. It is very simple and very easy and short. But I do want to know, what is your favorite bowl of noodles and why?
Ooh, favorite bowl of noodles. So they have this noodle place called Kajiken, really close to campus, and the ramen there is delicious. So I think that has to be my favorite.
I'm a little cheap. I love my like 1 minute to go ramen noodles whenever I go back to school, come
Those
back.
are good too.
They're amazing. So it's nostalgia, but yeah, I just love noodles. But thank you so much, Samson, for just all that you do. Please keep changing the world and just thank you for being on the Noodle Pod. You are absolutely amazing. And just thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Good.